I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hello, today we're going to be talking about our U.S. citizenship application process. My name is Bill Sofel, and I welcome you today. To become a U.S. citizen, you will need to complete Form N-400, but first you must make sure you are eligible, that you qualify to become a citizen. You are eligible to apply for citizenship through the naturalization process, that's called, if you are at least 18 years old, are a green card holder, or known officially as permanent resident card, which is shown on the web page, are able to read, write, and speak basic English, have a basic understanding of U.S. history and government, have lived for at least 3 months in the state where you apply, in our case, Nebraska. You have not spent more than 1 year at a time outside the U.S., have resided continuously in the United States for at least 5 years as a permanent resident before the date of filing your application, have been physically present in the United States for at least 30 months out of the 5 years before the date of filing your application, and are a person of good moral character. With these facts in mind, you are now eligible to apply for U.S. citizenship by doing this. Number one, complete the Form N-400 application, which you can see on the web page. Print and send your Form N-400 along with a check covering the U.S. UCIS filing fee, United States Citizenship Immigration Service filing fee. Now, if required, if there are some questions, you would go to a biometrics appointment to visit with the immigration official. Maybe there's some missing information, concerns about your background. They want to verify the validity of personal facts that you've provided. Now, once that's all taken care of, you will then be scheduled for an appointment. And you go to your interview with the immigration officer and answer the questions. Today, we'll practice interview questions and answers, give in a variety and assortment of these regarding your personal information, morals and ethics, oath requirements, reading and writing English sentences. We'll get practice with that. I'll read each question and let you answer at home. So in this first set, you just simply say these to yourself. If you want to write them down, that's fine. The first one is, what is your full name? What is your current address? Again, you can just say that or write it down if you'd like to as well. How many years have you lived at your current address? When is your birthday? You say month, day, or year. What is your telephone number? And make sure you include your area code. When did you become a permanent resident? Usually you could say a year and perhaps the month as well too. What country are you from? Next questions, are you married? Now, what you might like to have to do is when you answer these questions to respond in a complete sentence. Say, yes, I am married. And what is the name of your husband or wife? You might say, my wife's name is Anna, for example. How many children you have? I would say, I have 5 children. And what is the name of your oldest child? And where do you work? Now, if you don't work, you say, no, I do not have a job. Or if you do work, yes, I work. I work at the grocery store. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Now, we know you're not, so if you were to claim that, it'd be something false that was done. Have you ever voted in any election in the United States? And of course, you'd say, no, I have not voted in any elections. Have you ever failed to file a tax return? And you would say, no, I have not failed to file a tax return. Next questions. Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party? And of course, we like to know about that. And you could say, no, I've not been a member of the Communist Party. What does it mean to be a terrorist? Now, of course, you describe it in your own words, but usually somebody who brings terror or causes harm to somebody or some property. What does it mean to be deported? Now think about that. But if you're being deported, that means you're being sent home, away from the United States, because of some problem you've had here. What are illegal drugs? So you would probably know about, heard about heroin or opium, marijuana, LSD, for example. Have you ever sold illegal drugs? And you would likely say, no, I've never sold illegal drugs. What is a crime? A crime is when you break a law of the United States, of the law of the city, of the state. And so hopefully you've not broken any laws, committed any crimes. What does arrest mean? So arrest, think about that. But that means when a police officer might, because you would come to you and you have committed a crime, you broke a law. So they would arrest you and have you go before a judge to be considered for this offense. Why do you want to become an American citizen? And of course, what are the benefits? What do you gain by doing that? That's important that you know this one very well. And of course, you become you get the benefits of being a citizen, American passport. You can vote in the American elections, those factors. What does it mean to support the Constitution of the United States? And of course, this is a very, very important factor. The laws of the United States are based on the Constitution. Our freedom and well-being are all spoken in the Constitution. What does it mean to bear arms? Usually bearing arms mean you're part of a military or a soldier. But also there's a Second Amendment allows the right to bear arms too, to protect yourself. Now, what is a weapon though? Now, a weapon might just be also a gun, like bearing arms, but it's where you use it to offend somebody, to cause fear, to hurt somebody. A gun, or a knife, those kind of things, you want to hurt somebody bodily. What does genocide mean? Now, this is a very serious topic in many countries in the world. where people and civilizations are harmed by a government or by another group, by a terrorist group. That's good. We completed that part of it now so far. The next part is I'll have you read and answer each of these sentences. So you'll see on the slide, number one, you read that to yourself, and then I'll say it too. Number one is, what is the capital of the United States? And I hope you answer Washington, D.C. Now read number two to yourself. And I'll say it. What are the colors of the flag? And I think there are our favorite colors of red, white, and blue, right? Number three, read that to yourself. When is Flag Day? That's the all-important day in the month of June. June 14th to be exact. Number four, read that to yourself. What country is north of the United States? And that country would be Canada. And now read number five to yourself. What people lived here first in America? And those would be the American Indians or Native Americans, right? I bet you got all these correctly, didn't you? Next, I'm going to have you practice writing sentences. I will say a sentence twice, and then I want you to write that, and then I'll show it to you. The first one is, the United States has 50 states. The United States has 50 states. And there it is written for you on the slide. I'm sure you knew that and you knew how to write that very well. The next one is Alaska is the largest state. Write that out on your paper. Alaska is the largest state. And I'll show it to you. There it is. Alaska is the largest state. And I hope you know where Alaska is located at, too. Clear at the far end of the country, near Canada, right? Next one. Labor Day is in September. Labor Day is in September. And of course, we had Labor Day this week, right? And there's written out for you, Labor Day is in September on the slide. Next sentence, we have 100 senators. We have 100 senators. And there it is on the slide, written out for you. And you can write the number 100 as a number or word you want to spell it out, but it's easier to put the number like it is, 100. The next one is Congress makes laws. Congress makes laws. There it is for you on the slide. So I hope you got those correctly, and You can then practice it. Take your piece of paper and practice on your paper writing these out, as well as other ones that are available in the practice immigration interview. Well, the immigration officer will also ask you to answer some of the 100 citizenship questions about our country. So he or she will ask you to answer 3 or 4 or 5 questions and give an answer that you would have worked on. That completes the U.S. citizenship application process. I will say you should review the citizenship mock interview form to be familiar with all questions and how to answer them. There's a lot of questions there, but I think once you practice on these, and of course study, maybe using study cards, or there are various internet videos on citizen test. You can watch these and control with your computer, iPad, or however you want to work with a friend about this, maybe a person in your family. So continue to work on those questions and answer, and you'll become very versed on that, I'm sure. Well, thank you very much. You have a good day.